So, you make me a better person, and I want to thank you for always looking after me. Whether that's cleaning up after all the mess I make in the kitchen, stopping me accidentally walking into traffic, it's quite a regular occurrence, or buying me sushi when I'm sad. You make me feel so loved and so safe. Matty, I'm so overwhelmed with happiness to stand here and be your wife. I'm so excited for the rest of our lives together, and I hope you get everything you deserve.
All lads try and claim that they don't change when they get a girlfriend, now wife, but I can honestly say you've changed me for the better. And we've introduced each other to things that have changed our lives. Alice introduced me to cats, Michelin star restaurants, and travel outside of Europe. I introduced Alice to fish finger sandwiches, scampi fries, and a battered sausage from Chippy. So I reckon we're about even. You shouldn't even like bad sausage, that's just how little I bring. Whenever I've been asked about this wedding, I come across as laid back and a bit uninterested. And that's honestly because I'm not fussed where we get married, where we live, or anything else for that matter. As long as it's you by my side when I'm doing it, it'll all come out in wash. You're the most beautiful person inside and out, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. So please raise a glass once more for my beautiful wife, Alice Elvin Jones.
So, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, I have a very important question to ask. Who gives Alice's hand in marriage to Matthew?
I do.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I now please ask you to take your seats? And Jane, could you come and get the flowers, please, darling? Alice, if you could get closer to Matty, you're nearly married, and if you could turn and face me to start off with, that would be lovely. You can hold hands though if you feel comfortable too. It's just, it is warm, I do appreciate that. It is August. It is August.
Sorry.
Thank you. So, good afternoon everyone, and on behalf of Matty and Alice, I'd like to welcome you all here to the fabulous Combermere Abbey on this very special occasion, the day of their marriage. Now there is one VIP, unfortunately, who's not here. Now VIP in this instance means very important pusscat. But Sally does send their apologies. He does, yeah. And he can't wait to see the pictures. Now, my name is Clary, and with me today, looking after all the legal matters, I have my colleague Jan. And we are so honoured and so delighted to be here today to conduct and register your marriage on behalf of the whole team at Cheshire East Registration Service. Well, you two, I know that you've been together for 10 years, but today is the start of a new and exciting chapter in your lives. But we all know that marriage is much more than just one day. I know it takes a lot of hard work and planning to organise a wedding, but actually, a marriage is about your lives together once today's celebrations are over. You know, marriage, I always say it's a journey. I know you like travelling. And it is an adventure where each of you will love, care for and support each other. And you'll also form a circle of love to gather in all your family and friends. Now, talking about you family and friends, yes, you've all been invited here today to celebrate with Matty and Alice, but you're also here for something much more important, because you're all here to give this lovely couple your love and your support. And again, not just for today, but for the rest of their lives together. So I'm now going to move into the legal part of the ceremony. And to do that, can I ask you please, Matty, for your full name?
Matthew James Elvin.
Thank you. And Alice, please, can I have your full name?
Alice Christine Jones.
Thank you. This place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriage. So if any persons know of any lawful reason why Matty and Alice may not be joined in matrimony here today, you should declare it now. Silence. That's what we want to do. But before you pledge yourselves to each other in marriage, it's my duty to remind you both of the solemn and lasting nature of the vows you're about to make to one another. Because marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. So I'm now going to ask you in turn to confirm that you know of no legal reason why you may not be married here today. And how we're going to do this, I'm going to ask you, Matty, please, to repeat these words after me.
Okay.
I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare
That I know not.
that I know not
Of any lawful impediment.
of no lawful impediment.
Of any
lawful impediment.
The other ones.
One job.
So, it's a bit Jan listens too. Why I, Matthew,
Why I, Matthew,
may not be joined
may not be joined
in matrimony to Alice.
in matrimony to Alice.
And Alice, it's your turn now. So again, please repeat these words after me. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare
That I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment.
of any lawful impediment
Why I, Alice,
why I, Alice,
may not be joined
may not be joined
in matrimony to Matthew.
in matrimony to Matthew.
Thank you. And the institution of marriage, it must be entered into freely, voluntarily, and with the full and unreserved consent of you both. So therefore, I ask, do you, Matthew, take Alice here present to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
And do you, Alice, take Matthew here present to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
And so it is, with those two little words, you've just agreed to marry each other, and you've done so in front of all the people that you love the most. So if you can actually turn and face each other, which is perfect. We are now going to say some words that are going to take you across the threshold into your new legal married life together. And again, Matty, you're going to have the honour of going first. So can you please repeat these words after me, but please say them to Alice. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Matthew, do take thee, Alice, to be my lawful wedded wife. I will love and care for you. Honour and cherish you. Whatever the future may bring. Thank you, Matty, that's lovely. And Alice, it's your turn now. So again, please repeat these words after me, but please say them to Matty. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Alice, do take thee, Matthew, to be my lawful wedded husband. I will love and care for you. Honour and cherish you. Whatever the future may bring. Thank you. And now can I please invite Nicola up, as she has prepared a reading, and she also has a little personal something that she would like to say. If you'd like to come and take my place, Nicola. Thank you.
Warm it through, please.
Scaffolding by Seamus Heaney. Masons, when they start upon a building, are careful to test out the scaffolding. Make sure that planks won't slip at busy points. Secure all ladders, tighten bolted joints. And yet all this comes down when the job's done, showing off walls of sure and solid stone. So if, my dear, there sometimes seems to be old bridges breaking between you and me, never fear. We may let the scaffolds fall, confident that we have built our wall. Matt, Alice, it has been an honour to watch you lay the solid foundations of your relationship over the past 10 years and build the wonderful life that you have today. Shout out to my little nephew, Sully. I genuinely and wholeheartedly believe you have built something special which will last forever. Together you are an unstoppable force, determined and ambitious, caring and generous. Matt, being your sister is one of my favourite roles. You, along with Andrew, are the best brothers a girl could ever wish for, and I'm grateful for you both every day.
Keep it together, mate.
It's not about
you.
Growing up, you were always my partner in crime and partying, and I'm so proud of the man you've become, even though our partying days aren't over yet. Alice, you're an absolute gem. Thank you for loving my brother unconditionally. I know that he can be a pain in the backside a lot of the time. You've been a part of our crazy family for the last 10 years, but today is your official welcome to the family, so welcome, sis. I think it's actually too late to run now, so.
Yeah, definitely.
I wish you both all the happiness in the world and can't see what else you build and create together in the future. And maybe a little kitty brother or sister for Sully is what I'm thinking. That should be the next step. I love you both lots. I can't wait to celebrate the rest of the day with you and the rest of your lives together. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicola. That was lovely. Thank you so very, very much. Well, you two, if I could ask you to face each other again and join hands, because now you're going to make some special promises to each other, and these promises are what will form the foundation of your future married life together. So, Matty, you know what I'm going to say. You get the pleasure of going first. Yeah. So, can I ask you, please, to repeat these words after me, but again, please say them to Alice. Alice, today I promise.
Alice, today I promise.
to spend the rest of my life with you.
to spend the rest of my life with you.
I promise to love and respect you,
I promise to love and respect you,
helping our love grow
helping our love grow
by always being there
by always being there
to listen,
to listen,
to comfort,
to comfort,
and to support you,
and to support you,
whatever our lives bring.
whatever our lives bring.
Thank you, Matty. And Alice, I'm now going to ask you to make your promises to Matty. So again, please repeat these words after me, but say them to Matty. Matthew, today I promise
Matthew, today I promise
to spend the rest of my life with you.
to spend the rest of my life with you.
I promise to love and respect you,
Promise to love and respect you,
helping our love grow
helping our love grow
by always being there
by always being there
to listen,
to listen,
to comfort,
to comfort,
and to support you,
and to support you,
whatever our lives bring.
whatever our lives bring.
Thank you, Alice, that was lovely. So today, our gorgeous couple have chosen to seal their marriage by the giving and receiving of wedding rings. Now, the exchange of rings has long been a symbol of the sincerity and permanence of a couple's love for one another, and I hope for you both that your rings will also be a physical reminder of the regard that I know you will have for your marriage. So can I ask Matthew please to step forward? And Matthew, firstly, can you please offer to Matty the ring that he's going to give to Alice?
You got them both, mate. Yeah?
Sissy did, not in the corner.
You all think he's joking.
Thank you. And if I could ask you to put the ring on the third finger of Alice's left hand and just hold it on the end, that's perfect. And now please say these words to her. Alice, I give you this ring
Alice, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love,
as a symbol of my love,
my everlasting friendship,
my everlasting friendship,
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
Thank you, Matty. Can I ask you now, please, to put the ring fully on? You there?
That's nice.
Lovely. Matthew, again, this time can I ask you, please, to give to Alice the ring that she's giving to
Got
Matty?
it down.
Thank you very much. And the same for you, Alice, if you could put the ring on the third finger of Matthew's left hand and just hold it there. And now please say these words to him. Matthew, I give you this ring
Matthew, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love,
as a symbol of my love,
my everlasting friendship,
my everlasting friendship,
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
Thank you, Alice. And can I now please ask you to put Matty's ring fully on for him? So if I could ask you both just to now put your hands, left hands on top of each other so you can see the rings that you've just exchanged. Because you know, those rings, they're very precious. But not because of the materials they're made from or any gemstones they may contain. They're just precious because you're wearing them. And I hope they will always serve as a reminder of today, those promises that you've made to each other, but not the wasps. And also those feelings of love that you've got for each other in your hearts right now. So if you just want to join hands as normal again now. So, Matty and Alice, you truly are now at the start of your new married life together. I'm going to ask you both to treasure the trust and the responsibility that comes with that. And I sincerely hope that those feelings of love that you so obviously have for each other here today only go deeper and stronger with the years to come. Well, you've both made all the declarations that are required by law, and you've made your special promises to each other. So it is now with the greatest of pleasure that I can now pronounce you as married. And Matty, please give your beautiful new wife a kiss.
And they conquered their fears. They fall back down and they keep getting up and they try to steer clear. I'm afraid, I'll admit, what
Okay, Alice. Can you hear me? Better, okay. A very warm welcome to the wedding of Alice and Matty. Jane and I are really pleased you could join us in the celebration at this lovely location, and especially on such a gorgeous day. I did write this the other day, so I think it's pretty good that it's a gorgeous day. As the warm-up act to the main events, or events to follow, I'll keep it quite brief. But firstly, I'd like to mention someone who can't make it today. Grandad Jones can't make it. He's really disappointed he can't make it, but at 92, he felt it would be a bit too much for him, and sends his best wishes and congratulations to both of you. And hopefully he'll feel up to come into the house tomorrow. There are some others who I'd like to mention who can't be here also. Some have already had a mention, but I'll come on to them in a minute. So the first one, Teddy. This is a stuffed toy bear that Alice had from a very young age, who would take absolutely everywhere. Nana has repaired him so many times, I'm actually not sure any of the original bear exists. But he's still Teddy. And I think, Alice, you keep him in the box in the bedroom somewhere? No. Next to bed. Next to bed. Okay, right, okay, yeah. Too much detail, right, okay. Sully, who has had a mention, or as Alice likes to call him, my only grandson. Those of you who know Alice will understand. And I have to say, I think he's the most pampered cat I know. And also Harley. Our cat of over 18 years, who sadly passed away last week. Yes, there's a bit of a cat theme here. But I must say, Harley is significant to today's events. As he was the cat that converted Matty into liking cats. And if he hadn't have done that, then this day probably wouldn't have happened. No like cats, no Alice. So what about Alice? Obviously a cat lover, but also someone who is strong, focused and determined. Something we realised at a very early age, that Alice knew her own mind, and if she decided on something, you were not going to change that easily, or if ever. Just take note, Matty. You probably know already. So I can remember one morning getting her dressed for school when she was very young. It was winter time, so most of the children would be wearing winter-type clothes, sweatshirt, jeans, etc. Not Alice, she loved wearing summer dresses all year round. So this particular morning, Jane had left for work early. I was left to dress Alice for school. The winter-type clothes she'd meant to be wearing for that day and been put out the night before by Jane, because obviously choosing an outfit was way above my pay grade. And I get the colours wrong and all sorts of things. So getting Alice into these clothes required some almost pinning her down and putting them on because they weren't her choice. I eventually managed to get her dressed, but then realised the socks were not there. So I quickly went to get the socks, only to return to find Alice lying on the floor in just her underwear. I just about managed not to laugh, but at that moment also conceded defeat. But Jane and I are very proud of Alice. A straight-A student with no pushing required from us, and will always strive to do her best in everything she does. We know she's found someone in Matty that suits her perfectly. You only need to be in their company for a small amount of time and you see they just get together. They just gel together. What about Matty? Well, I suppose there was always a risk with 3 daughters, none of which who like football at all, that one of them might actually find a partner that didn't support Liverpool. I know, and I knew it would be tough if that day came. No, Matty is not a Liverpool fan. And frankly, it's much worse than that. He is a season ticket holder for Manchester United. And on top of that, it gets worse. On top of that, he's English, and he's a member of the England Football Supporters Club. I'm Welsh, by the way. But I have to say that he's missed the game today. Well, he hasn't missed it yet. If he sneaks off a bit later, you know where he's gone. But considering we got married on Liverpool-Wimbledon Cup final day, I won't mention the result. It wasn't a good day. Those Manchester United supporters will know that because they'll remember it, we don't. All that said, he's a really nice guy, and we are extremely happy to have him as part of our family. Matthew's parents, also great people and full of Yorkshire hospitality, and I'm sure very proud of Matty. So, to allow the rest of the proceedings to continue, I'd like to propose a toast to Alice and Matty. So if your glasses raised, please, to the bride and groom. Thank you.
I'm out now.
You're out now.
I'm not presenting.
Thank you. Thanks.
Hi everyone. I've never held a microphone like this before, and actually does kind of give me an urge to give you a Taylor Swift rendition and live out my dreams, but I can see some alarmed faces in the crowd, so I'm going to avoid that for now, maybe later. I want to just start with a very quick disclaimer before these speeches commence. I think when both of you decide to give a speech, it's quite unusual, and there is therefore a high risk of duplication in some of the messages and anecdotes that come at you today. And I think if the outcome of Mr. and Mrs. at the hen do is anything to go by, we're definitely on the same page. There were many, many accusations of collusion, which I'd like to just stand here and say are false, just for the record. But I'm heckled already. But hopefully we can both manage to personally convey our love for each other and for you all today. So first of all, thank you to everyone for being here today. It means the absolute world that you've been here, you've come here today, and I can't wait to see you on the dance floor later. I want to first extend a huge thank you to my mum and dad, not just for your contributions to the wedding, but ultimately raising me to be the happy and fulfilled person that I am today. So Dad, Dad, you have given me the highest expectations of men. You have doted on all three of us, and your unwavering commitment to keeping the Fiat Punto alive truly deserves some kind of award. There was a time during COVID, actually, where the Punto broke down in the car park of our old flat. Dad, in a panic, Dad FaceTimed me while I lay on the car park floor on my back, holding the phone under the car, showing him the issue. He diagnosed the issue, even gave me an estimated price. Can't tell you what it was. I think I actually had to get him to text it me after because I couldn't remember. I took it to the garage. They confirmed the diagnosis was spot on. And thankfully, the Punto managed to live to see another day, and I didn't get fleeced by Quick Fit. So, job done. So, thank you for always being the person I can rely on in a crisis. I don't know what I would do without you. Mum, you are such a caring individual, and you've always ensured we have everything we could possibly need. I'd like to thank you for gifting me your love of cooking, which, having chosen to marry Matty, no offence, has proved to be quite an important skill. Yeah. You've also imparted on me your love and devotion to animals. Mum will never go on holiday without packing the cat treats. She'll take in any lost strays wandering through the garden, including a homing pigeon. So there was many years ago, a homing pigeon decided to set up camp on our balcony. Mum didn't hesitate to go out and buy the most premium bird food she could find, and even fashioned it, got Dad to fashion a bird box, ironically made from a cat carrier. But there we are. Unfortunately, I did also inherit your poor sense of direction. I am concerned that's going to be a recurring theme in the speeches today, so I'm going to say no more on that matter. To my sisters, to Katie, I'll be honest, when you were first born, I did think that having a little sister was the worst thing to ever happen to me. But as the years have gone by, though, I have realised that it is the best. You bring such a joyous energy to every single person you meet, and your stamina on a night out is unrivaled. I know you're not going to disappoint this weekend, so there we are. Helen, my big sister, also known as the trial child. Thanks to you, I got to get my ears pierced, watch horror movies, go to sleepovers many years earlier than you ever got to. So thank you for that. In all honesty, though, you are a fantastic role model and a 4'11" force to be reckoned with. Thank you for also bringing a little mini-me into the world, although I do wish you a lot of luck with that one. So, yeah. The Elvins, you northern crazy bunch. I can't thank you enough for welcoming me into the family as one of your own. It's honestly felt like I've gained not just a partner, but a whole extra family. Your collective obsession with football has had me questioning my choices sometimes. But I think our shared love of great pork pies and drinking port into the early hours has managed to overcome that. So a big shout out to my Heber girls and Charles. We were enjoying all over. People are often surprised that such a big group of friends have stayed close for so long, but it really actually doesn't surprise me at all, because I think you're all so different, so strange, but so wonderful, and I feel really lucky to have you all in my life. I also think that having such a great support network means that I'm here with Matty today, not because I truly love him and want to be with him for the rest of my life, not because I don't have that wonderful support network and friendship anywhere else. So thank you. A very special shout out to Beth and Stora, my biggest hype women who have planned the most insane hen do I've ever known. They should really start a business, so get their numbers if you need. These two will be giving a speech later, so I can't wait. I am so excited for my glowing character review and all the family-friendly anecdotes that are coming. Yeah, you got it. So, Matty, this was the hardest part of the speech for me to prepare. Not because I don't have anything nice to say about you, but because after 10 years, we've grown up into our adult lives together. We've shared so many incredible memories, milestones, inside jokes. I adore your sense of humour, and you know that. And you like to joke that you've made me funnier over the years, which I have.
Definitely are.
I'm about to say something nice.
Sorry.
I have previously fiercely denied that claim. However, I will give you a tiny bit of credit today for that. So
Thank you.
that's my gift to you today.
You've been really funny.
I'm really excited to hear your speech shortly. But I would like to note that Matty has sometimes had a very interesting way with words when it comes to sentimentality. He once wrote me a birthday card that read, "Happy birthday, Alice. I hope you get everything you deserve."
I thought it'd be nice.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was my reaction. It was only when I read it aloud that he realised the vaguely threatening tone in that card.
That was nice.
Yeah. So I hope you've had a bit more practice today, and there's no threatening messages in the speech. I could stand here today and talk about all of the major moments we've had in our lives, and over 10 years there is many. We bought our first house together, we've had so many wonderful holidays, we've obviously welcomed Sully into the family. However, I think that what I enjoy most about our relationship is just all the joy we find in the mundane. So that's whoever gets up first brings the other a coffee in bed. We sit and watch Sully doing absolutely nothing, and it nearly brings us to tears with how cute he is. It's very emotional. And also just our evening walks around the village where we just catch up on our days and talk about our futures. It's regularly the highlight of my day, and I just love how even after all this time we don't run out of things to talk about. So you make me a better person, and I want to thank you for always looking after me. Whether that's cleaning up after all the mess I make in the kitchen, stopping me accidentally walking into traffic, it's quite a regular occurrence, or buying me sushi when I'm sad. You make me feel so loved and so safe. Matty, I'm so overwhelmed with happiness to stand here and be your wife. I'm so excited for the rest of our lives together, and I hope you get everything you deserve.
Thank you for that.
Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ines. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for coming. We've got people that have travelled all the way from India to be with us. All the way from the US of A. But I think a special mention needs to be made to those that have had to brave M62 on a Thursday afternoon / Friday morning. So thank you all. I always said I weren't going to cry on my wedding day, but I looked at final bill this morning and it all got a little bit too much. How much? We've got a string quartet for, just get two of them, it'll be cheaper. Honestly though, we're both absolutely honoured that you're all in attendance, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day. We chose Friday so we could enjoy the weekend afterwards, so I really appreciate everyone that's taken time off work to be with us. I'm going to be as quick as possible so we can get on and enjoying a few beers and some beautiful food, but I've got a lot of thank yous to get through, so please bear with me. But before I go any further, I'd like to start off with a little Elvin family tradition that dates back to Christmas Day 1974, I believe. We've all got people that aren't with us today that we wish they were, so if you please raise a glass to absent friends and family. Now on to the thank yous. Let's start with the bridesmaids. Yeah? I think you'll all agree that they all look absolutely lovely today. Big shout out. Yeah? Thank you for being there for Alice and contributing to making the day so special. Big shout out to Charlotte's Story that were first up at 5:30 this morning for hair and makeup. So Beth and Tweedy's arm was firmly down by her side when Alice asked for a volunteer to be first up. To be fair to them, they've all had an early start, but you can't rush art girls, can you? So, thank you. Yeah, and you were still late as well. To Alice's family. Big thank you to Ian and Jane for everything they've done for me for over the last 10.5 years. Ian is a proud Welshman who loves his rugby and supports Liverpool Football Club. Yet somehow we get on like an house on fire. It must be love of golf and beer that sees us through. So thank you, Ian. And big shout out for the amount of times he fixed the punto.
This punto's got many mentions.
So Jane's a feeder and I'm an eater. So that relationship just works. Jane's often been known to send food parcels back off at Pennines when Alice has been home to Chester without me. The idea is for me to have it for tea on Monday. Jane, it never sees Monday. Straight in the Rico Rave, 2 minutes, bang. Job's a good one. Next up, the Bishop Heber girls. I'll get to Charles. It started already. It's Alice's schoolmates, for those that don't know, but Alice said that anyway. The weirdest set of girls I've ever met. And you know that's said with nothing but love. Alice has already mentioned you, but I'd like to say a big thank you from me. Knowing Alice as such an amazing, close-knit set of girls, and Charles. Where's Charles? Put your hand up, Charles. Behind her is really comforting from me, so thank you. I joined the group as a +1 more than 10 years ago, and you all made me feel so welcome. It's now safe to say I consider you all my friends as well as Alice's, and I wish nothing but the best for you and your partners, even those that support Liverpool. Now, my two Barnsley boys, Matty Amer and Ben Vodden. Matty Amer got married to his beautiful wife Charlotte last weekend, and I was honoured to be there as a groomsman with him. So congratulations to you two again. I've half stolen these next couple of lines from your speech last week, as you said that you'd trust me and Ben Vodden with your life. Now, for anyone that's seen me and Ben Vodden together, I wouldn't trust us with your pint, never mind your life. But I honestly feel the same way about you two lads. And while we don't see each other as much as we used to, I know if ever I'm in need, you're both there. So thank you. My family next. Shout out to the two older siblings. So just for character building more than all. There's people in this room who didn't have to get involved in their older siblings knocking the lumps out of each other. And you know what? It shows. Soft. Andy's always been one of my biggest fans, and due to being just 2 years older, Nick's probably been my biggest influence. Some good, some bad. Start with good. Nicola started a teaching career at the age of about 8 when she used to help me with my English and maths homework on her bed every night. This continued into high school, where she let me copy her English and history coursework, in which I got A's. It's a shame she weren't about in exams, because these soon turned to B's and C's when I was left to fend for myself. So thank you for trying. As a bad influence, she took me down to local park one Friday night when I was 12 years old and fed me copious amounts of Blue WKD and apple sours. And we've been boozing partners ever since. Cheers. Little special mention to my sister's husband, Ollie, brother-in-law, who I now consider an actual brother, as anyone that puts up with her 24/7 must be as mental as an Elvin. Now my mum and dad. I'm going to speak about you both as a team, as that's all I've ever known has been the case since you first started courting in the late 1970s. In wise words of my dad, even great train robbers didn't serve that long. Where am I? As a team, you've grafted and sacrificed to give all us three the things that you never had. And we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the pair of you. Especially as my mum and dad wanted me to go to Hull Uni, as it'd be really convenient to have me and my sister living in the same city. Parents don't always know best. You've instilled proper working class values in all three of us and taught us to never to pander to those at the top and never look down at those at the bottom, as I'm no better than thee and thou's no better than me. Which I suppose... Which I suppose is the reason I'm just as comfortable on E-Wing at HMP Wheelston as I was sat round a table from lads from Eton College at York Uni. The Elvins are a sociable bunch. You're the reason I'm so ridiculously obsessed with football, and despite enjoying the best day of my life, I'm definitely streaming United game at 8 o'clock. For anyone that's bothered, we're in that corner. Bonus points, whoever brings me pints and pizza. Come on, United. I could talk for hours about the sacrifices you've both made in order to give us everything that we ever needed, but the amount of gratitude I've got for the pair of you can never be explained. While I'm not saying you've been the best parents a lad could have asked for, you've definitely been in top one. So please raise a glass to Ray and Janice. I need to say a big thank you to the University of York, as without it, we wouldn't be here today. York Uni gave me my beautiful wife, 3 best men, and one of the biggest footballing upsets you will ever know. But I'm not going to go into that now. But you'll find me and lads arguing about it later, as despite it being 9 years, Ryan's still not got over it. And that brings me nicely on to 3 best men. I really should have gone before these, as now they've got free rein to whatever they want, without reply. But I'm sure they've got nothing but nice things to say about me. And if they aren't, ma'am, I swear down it's not true. Those 3 years at uni couldn't have gone any better, apart from me getting a Desmond, but we'll not talk about that. The memories we made living in absolute filth will last a lifetime. I've now completed the set of lads who have all married women far too good for them, so well done to us. You 3 are like brothers to me, and I know if I'm ever in need, you're at the end of the phone, and you know the same applies. So cheers, lads, to the regiment. Bit of a speech, this, isn't it? And finally, to my beautiful bride Alice, sat there like butter won't melt. I can assure you it does. Where do I even begin? Alice is by far the most decisive person I've ever met, and there's countless examples of where she's demonstrated this, from choosing our house and this amazing wedding venue from just one day of viewings, to sending me a presentation of tips for an engagement ring years before I proposed. However, I think this following story sums up Alec perfectly. Picture the scene. It's a Wednesday night in January 2022. I'm driving home from work and I get a phone call from Alice asking what I'm doing tonight. Not a lot, I say, and that's what she's got in mind. We're going to Halifax, she says. So alarm bells start ringing. Yorkshire lot know, even Alsatians walk around in pairs in Halifax. To which she replies, I've seen a cat. But we're just looking though, as apparently it looks like I was born yesterday. Obviously, being way too of a tolerant to a nonsense, I drive us to Halifax and we walk in this house and see this little black kitten. Cutest thing you've ever seen, to be fair. Alice picks him up without even sending a glance in my direction, goes to the woman, "Is it alright if we pick him up on Sunday?" Because we were just looking. But I must admit, that was the best thing she's ever done for me, as I love that little cat more than anything in the world. So here's to Sully, who could not be here today because he hates people. And to be fair, yeah, fair enough. Alice is also one of the most hard-working people I've ever met. The dedication she shows to her career is phenomenal. And every promotion she gets, my grip on her coattails gets that little bit tighter. I'll be an house husband in no time. Alice enjoys the finer things in life, including fine dining, that you'll all get to experience shortly. Her love of food is so strong that if she doesn't have a nice tea, she's not worth talking to for the rest of the evening. So there's no pressure to chefs in here tonight. All lads try and claim that they don't change when they get a girlfriend, now wife, but I can honestly say you've changed me for the better. And we've introduced each other to things that have changed our lives. Alice introduced me to cats, Michelin star restaurants, and travel outside of Europe. I introduced Alice to fish finger sandwiches, scampi fries, and a battered sausage from Chippy. So I reckon we're about even. You shouldn't even like battered sausage, that's just how little I bring. Whenever I've been asked about this wedding, I come across as laid back and a bit uninterested. And that's honestly because I'm not fussed where we get married, where we live, or anything else for that matter. As long as it's you by my side when I'm doing it, it'll all come out in wash. You're the most beautiful person inside and out, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. So please raise a glass once more for my beautiful wife, Alice Elvin Jones. One last thing before I go. Quick order of service for the rest of the day. Firstly, enjoy your meals. Get behind the best men and the bridesmaids giving a speech after dinner. There's a band playing who stepped in at 10 days' notice when our original band cancelled. So please get behind them as well, as without them, we'd all be stood around twiddling thumbs making small talk with each other. Big shout out to Beth and Tweedy's mum for putting us in touch with him. Thank you, Sally. Then there's pizzas and a DJ to see us out, so get some ale down you, have a good time, and get that dance floor packed out all night. Thank you.